guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celine for those of you that don't know me, and today's video is going to be all about gaining weight. This topic is very near and dear to my heart because for so many years I struggled with being super thin and being super skinny and not being able to gain weight. Throughout high school, I was teased, I was bullied, I was name called. People would constantly tell me, oh my god, you need to eat. Oh my god, you're so skinny. Are you anorexic? Here's a cheeseburger. Like, I heard it all, and it sucks because I know you probably clicked on this video because you're probably going through the same thing, or you just can't gain weight, or you just want to gain a little bit more weight. And that's why making this video is so important to me, and I hope it helps at least one person. If it does, it's all worth it, because I know what it's like to scroll through social media and see all the ass and all the hips and all the boobs, and you look nothing like that. Feeling less than a woman because you don't have curves and you don't fit the standard mold. And I mean, it definitely goes both ways, being super thin and being overweight, so I definitely get that. But this video is for those of you that are trying to gain weight. I really don't want to bore you guys with my history and, you know, my whole journey on gaining weight, but I will let you guys know that I was never over 100 pounds all throughout high school. Even years after high school, I was always fluctuating between 100 pounds, 105 pounds, and that was literally all I could get to. I remember that there was days that I forced myself to eat more than I really could. I would cause myself to feel super sick. I would eat super unhealthy in hopes that I would gain weight that way, and you know, it was just a combination between being desperate and wanting to see results that I literally would force myself sick. And I tried it all. I would spend hours and hours on the computer trying to figure out what people ate, what worked for them. Like, in short, I just couldn't gain weight, and it was really hard. It was really tough times. But anyways, so then I got pregnant and I was like, yes, I'm about to gain that baby mama glow, that baby mama weight, and I'm gonna finally be able to gain weight, because that's all I had seen. People get huge hips, big butts, their boobs grow, and you know, I was just so ready for that. That's not why I got pregnant, but I was looking forward to that. Anyways, little did I know my pregnancy was literally the complete opposite. I had nausea, vomiting up until I gave birth. I even had vertigo sometimes, and it was just really hard. It took a lot out of me. When I was ready to be induced, I took a picture, and I hate looking at these pictures, and I can't believe I'm going to show you guys this, but I'll post a picture. Let me scoot over. I'll post it right here of when I was getting ready to go get induced, and I just look at that picture, and I was literally skin and bones and just the belly. Like, you could see my like little legs underneath my stomach, and it was just horrible. My face looked sucked in, and my bones, you could see my arms were super thin. Anyways, in short, it just didn't work out for me. So anyways, after giving birth, I went exactly back down to 100 pounds, and you guys can only imagine my devastation. Nothing was sticking to me. I was breastfeeding, so if you guys do know, when you breastfeed, that's basically where all your fat goes, and I was just super thin. And again, you'll see the pictures, and I know there's one picture that I literally was debating on if I'm gonna put in here or not, and I feel like this will show you guys the extremity of how thin I was. And I look at this picture and I just can't believe that's how little I was. My legs were literally like toothpicks. I had no hips, I had no waist, and even though you're skinny, like, some people have that little waist, you know, I didn't even have that. I was literally just like a board. I was just straight. Now I was even smaller than before, and I think that was my breaking point. I was just already so over being super thin and having a baby, and I just look awkward, and it was just not a good time at all. I just remember getting flashbacks of my high school like insecurities and how I felt, and that's when I was just like, no, I'm gonna do something about it. So again, I went back to, you know, good old YouTube, and I found some videos, and I came across like this freaking lifesaver. I am so ready to tell you guys what it is, because it literally changed my life, and I want to tell you guys, this is the little miracle bottle. This right here is called Apetamin. If you were like me, you probably searched up 1,000,001 things on how to gain weight, you probably would have came across this. This is the infamous Get Slim Thick bottle, basically, but I'll tell you guys how it worked. You guys could definitely take my word for it, or you guys could go and do your research on other videos. There's like 100 videos talking about, you know, before and after pictures, the results, how they used it, but this is just my story with Apetamin. Okay, so let me go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about what Apetamin did for me, and kind of my explanation or definition of what this does. So basically, this is a syrup that increases your appetite while also decreasing your metabolism and the feeling of feeling full. So, which basically for me was all the problems that I had with gaining weight. I would feel super full after 2 or 3 bites. Technically, I never would eat enough to gain weight because I would feel full. Second, there were some times that I wouldn't even feel like eating. I just didn't feel like anything was appealing, and I just really didn't get that feeling of, oh my god, I'm starving, you know. And then 3, I felt like no matter what I did, my metabolism was just super fast. I felt like no matter what I ate, I was always on the go, which I was because I was in high school, and after that I was a mom, so I was always up and down. So those were the 3 problem areas that I had, and this basically fixed all of the 3 problems that I had. Now I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of how I took it. Now you guys can definitely do your research like I did, because I will let you guys know that this is something that you cannot find in the US. So that to me was like a little sketch, but I was desperate enough that I was like, okay, I'm going to find it, I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to take it. But I did do my research. Now, like I said, you guys can do your own research and find the dosage / amount that works best for you. But I will let you guys know that I started off slow and I worked my way up, which I definitely recommend. And I'll tell you guys why in a little bit. But anyways, I don't want this to be too complicated, but basically I started with 5 milliliters 2 times a day, and then after a week I went up to 10 millimeters 2 times a day, and then after I think 3 weeks I went to 10 millimeters 3 times a day. So I definitely increased my dosage as I felt comfortable, and you should definitely do the same. The reason that it's so important for you guys to definitely take it slow is because this product will definitely knock you out. It will literally just knock you out. It will make you go to sleep. Now, some people have this, some people don't. I have taken it, my sister has taken it, and it knocks us both out, literally cold turkey. For the first 2 to 3 days, I want to say that you take this, it definitely makes you go to sleep, and you're not gonna really eat a lot because you're basically knocked out. I definitely recommend to take this on a weekend, or maybe take some days off of work just until you get used to it. After the 3 days though, I'm pretty sure you'll be okay. Let me put that down. Okay, now moving on to the next topic. While taking Apetamin will help you, definitely have to work with it and eat. What I mean by that is that you have to put in the work alongside with this Apetamin to get effective results, because you can't just expect to take it and gain weight. No, you have to feed yourself to let that do its job, and in doing so you gain weight. Now that we have the whole Apetamin thing out of the way, I want to talk to you guys about 2 main things that really were my holy grail products, if you will, with this whole gain weight journey. First one is this Boost protein shake. If you followed me on my social media, I have talked about these so many times, and this is literally till this day my favorite thing to help me gain weight and to help me maintain my weight. And I will talk about maintaining weight later, but anyways, this is one of the main things that I bought. I chose this drink in specific because out of all the protein shakes that I found that come in like this little, you know, easy to go kind of container, most of them had like around 160 calories or so. And for me, the most important thing on gaining weight was to increase my calorie intake. So these right here have 360 calories, 14 grams of protein, and 26 vitamins and minerals, which I mean obviously can't hurt. So I made it a point to take this 2 times a day. The second product that I swore by as well was a Cliff Bar. I don't have one with me because ya me los acabé, but I will insert a picture of what they look like. I honestly cannot remember off the top of my head how many calories it had, but I want to say it was around 200 to 300 calories. Again, it was the bar with the most calories that I could find, which is why I chose those 2 products. Anyways, let me go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about what my breakfast, lunch, and dinner look like while on Apetamin. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't have a balanced diet at all, and I just did what I could with what I had at the time. The first thing I would do while on Apetamin was take my little dosage first thing in the morning and just give it a few minutes to, you know, take effect. And then after that, the first thing I would eat was, or drink in this case, was my Boost shake and then my little Cliff Bar. That would be like a pre-breakfast snack, and again, this was just to get more calories into my body. And then after that, I would make it a point to never skip a meal, so I would always be sure to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And trust me, if you guys want this enough, you will set aside time to sit down and have breakfast, even if it's on the go, but you are not going to skip a meal, because when you want it bad enough, you could either find an excuse or you could find a way, and that's literally what I did. So I always got up earlier if I needed to. I would take it, make it the night before, but I will always have either my breakfast, my lunch, or my dinner. I would never skip it, because again, I was serious about this and I really wanted to gain weight, which I definitely recommend you guys to take serious if you really want this to work. So next, for breakfast, I would literally make myself one of those little like to-go pouches of oatmeal. I would have one of those. I would also have a banana or an apple or some kind of fruit. Literally for the most part it was banana. And then I would have a bagel. I would spread peanut butter over it and I would dip it in syrup. I know that sounds disgusting, but don't knock it till you try it because it's bomb. And I put all of my old co-workers on that. But yeah, that's definitely literally what a breakfast would feel like, because Apetamin makes you feel hungry and it doesn't make you feel full. So it was really surprising because I ate more than I ever could in my life, and it felt so freaking good to finally finish a burger whole. I could never finish a whole order of tacos, and like what, who can't eat 4 tacos? But anyways, yeah, that was never me. But after I took Apetamin, I was literally able to finish all my food and it felt great. So anyways, for lunch I would literally go out, because when I took Apetamin, it was years ago and it was when I was working. During lunch I would go out to Jack in the Box, Burger King, McDonald's, whatever it was, and I would literally, you guys, I am not kidding, I would eat 2 burgers, maybe like 6-piece chicken nuggets, my fries, my drink, and maybe even a cookie. Like, I kid you not, that's how much I would eat for lunch. That's what I always used to do. I would used to go out and get my food. Sometimes I would have a whole Chipotle burrito or a bowl and I would actually finish it. So it's just up to you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I didn't eat the best, but it helped me get weight. So then for dinner, I would get home, and again, I would be taking my Apetamin according to the dosage that I had at the time. So by then I would be taking my Apetamin as soon as I got home, let it, you know, linger a little bit, and then I would have dinner. For dinner, for the most part, I would eat whatever my mom had made. Just to give you an example, it'd be like carne con chile, arroz y frijoles, and I would always have like 2 plates of that. And sometimes, I kid you not, I would still be hungry, so I would have like a Hot Pocket or like a corn dog or something like that. And then at the very end, before bed, I would have another Boost protein shake, and that is about it. I wouldn't have the protein bar at night. The protein bar I would only have it in the morning, but you could already imagine 2 Boost shakes, which are 360 calories each, a Cliff Bar, again 200 to 300 calories, and that's just additional calories. I would never use this as a meal replacement, so if you don't have time for breakfast, definitely grab this. But if you have time for breakfast, grab your breakfast and grab this, because this is not supposed to replace a meal. This is just supposed to be in addition to your meals, and this is literally the key for me to gain weight or to maintain my weight, because I don't use it again to replace my meals. I cannot stress this enough. If you want this to work, do not use this as a meal replacement. Just use this as addition to your meals. Here, I'll show you guys the little box to the Boost protein shakes. I didn't show you guys that, and I am all out, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy another one. I just realized my hair looks so flat. Don't mind that. I'm like 4th day hair, it's so oily. But anyways, so now I'm going to talk about how I maintained my weight. And just to answer a question that I had when watching these videos, no, you don't always have to take Apetamin. Once you reach your desired weight, then I would stop drinking the bottles, because they will just keep making you gain weight. For me, my ideal weight was 120 pounds, which is what I am today. After 2 bottles, I stopped taking Apetamin. And no, you don't have to continue taking it for like the rest of your life. And no, you will not lose your weight like that if you continue to maintain it. I think the last time I took Apetamin was probably maybe 2 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that. I had 2 bottles. I reached my ideal weight and then I just stopped. Now, if you obviously go back to not eating enough and all that stuff, you're probably not gonna maintain your weight. But for the most part, I did, because I continued to eat. I continued to drink my Boost protein shakes. And then, oh, also something that I didn't want to forget to mention, but I almost did, is that you do have to work out while you're on Apetamin. Reason being is because you're gonna be gaining so much weight so fast. Some of it might go to your belly. I noticed that for a fact on me. I was always super thin, and I never had like a pouch or a belly, if you will. So when I was starting to gain weight, I was definitely gaining weight, you know, my legs, my little butt, but I also was gaining it in my stomach, which I did not like. So obviously, if you're gaining weight, some of it's going to go to your stomach, and that's just the reality of it. So for me personally, that's not the body shape that I was going for. So I took it upon myself to go to the gym. I did start to waist train, and I kind of was molding the weight to where I wanted it to go, which I definitely recommend for you guys to do, because if you're just eating, you don't get to pick and choose where you gain your weight. So if you do like I did, mold it, maybe do sit-ups, do squats, you're gonna, you know, let it go to where it needs to go. I also noticed that when I worked out, I gained even more weight. Reason being, when you work out, you get more hungry because you're burning calories, and so it was just kind of like a back and forth. I would work out, want to eat more, and that's how I maintain my weight, and that's till this day how I maintain my weight. If you guys haven't seen my workout video, I will drop it down below. That's literally the only workout that I do, because I mainly only focus on my legs and my booty area. So if you guys are interested, I will definitely leave it linked down below. But yeah, you guys, that's how I maintain my weight now. I do not take Apetamin now, but it did help me, you know, cross over to where I could get to the weight that I wanted, and now I just maintain it by eating all of my meals, sometimes even more. In addition to that, I also drink my boost shake. Sometimes I will have a Cliff Bar, and then I also do leg workouts to maintain it on my legs and my booty and all that stuff. So yeah, you guys, I think that is all that I had to say for this whole gain weight video. I'll try my best to find Apetamin, and I will link it in the description box, as well as the Boost protein shakes and the Cliff Bars that I take. I also want to take it upon myself to leave in more breakfast, lunch, dinner ideas that I used while on Apetamin and even now a day. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys found it informative, and I hope you guys take a tip or two out of this video and implement it, and I hope it does work out for you guys. Obviously, you have to put in the work, put in the time and the dedication to eat right, eat more, work out even, and you know, make it happen for yourself. And I just hope that it helps at least one, honestly. Mainly because I know how like desperate you feel when you want to gain weight and you just can't. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, do not forget to subscribe. Check out the description box because I'm gonna have it filled with a whole bunch of information, as well as my social media if you would like to follow that. And yeah, that is it. I will see you guys in my next video. Until next time,